Hello everybody, in the last tutorial I have shown how to create your own pagination code, but there are some situations that you can use the default pagination system in EasyPublish 5. It's actually one plugin called PagerFanta, and it works pretty well to display sub-items when you are accessing one location full view. So let's try this. Just keep in mind that this plugin will not work out of the box in our cert feature that we have implemented in the last tutorial, but we can use this to display sub-items like the folder sub-items that we have here below this folder here, in this case, when we are in this home page. So let's start this. I believe it will be a really simple tutorial. So we are going basically to change our folder full view template, and it's already using some today based bundle code, but we need to change this, so just for learning purpose, but it will basically do the same as it is doing right now. So let's go to our template for the folder full view. It's inside this view, content, folder, and then I'm going to change this code here. So basically, if you have checked the option show children here, let me show you here. If you have checked this option, it will display the subnodes, the children nodes. In this case here, I need to clear the cache because I'm using different domains and different environments, so I need to clear the cache to make it work, because wherever I edit one content here, I need to clear the cache. So let's go back to this template here. So if that option is checked, then we will call the custom bundle default controller, and we'll create this action here, line list action, for that default controller. I need to change this because we are not going to use this like this, and I need to update the presentation. So we are going to use this code here instead. Let me go back to the presentation here, and I need to change this, and now basically that is it. So that means this action here will receive two parameters. One is the location and the other parameter is the request. So let's go back to our presentation here and check how can we create the line list action for the default controller. So we are basically going to create this function here. I need to go to default controller, it's here, and I need to create that function. Yeah, basically that is it. So this function will receive two parameters, location and request. The location is necessary because the PagerFanta will require the location to do the pagination. So we need to pass the location to the template that's going to show the pagination for us. So this is the code that we are going to use, and I'll try to explain this briefly how this works. So it's basically the same query that we are using here in the top menu action. The only difference is that instead of using the search service to find the content for us, we are going to use the PagerFanta. So the PagerFanta constructor receives one new content search adapter object, and it will process the query, and we need to pass also the search service. So we do not need to define all that stuff that we have defined in that search feature that we have programmed in the last tutorial, like the limit, the offset, and all this stuff. So the PagerFanta is one easier way to do this, but it only works in certain case. In that search feature case, we need to create our own custom pagination system, or create some code to make the PagerFanta work, because it does not work out of the box in that situation. So we can define the max items per page. We can set the current page. This is why I'm passing the request, because in the request there will be one parameter called page, and it will specify the page that we are actually viewing. So we then call the render function, and we need to pass the pager, the content, and the location. So here is how we can get the content as well for a certain location. So basically that is it. We will change these values here to show how the pagination works. So for the line list action, that is it. It's really simple code. We don't need to do all the things that we have done here, like this. And then I'll show now how the pagination works for the template. So we need now to create another template called line list. Let's go back here to our project, and inside these parts here I'm going to create this template here. So let's create the new Twig template, and so it's line list.html.twig, and in this template we are going to use this code. It's a very simple code. As you can see, it's much simpler than the search code, but it will also display the pagination for us, and this is the pagination part, and it's really simple code here. It's really easy to use, but it only works out of the box in some case, so you need to check this. So in this line list view, I'm going to check if the pager is not empty. I'm also going to put one header here, just children, and so it loops displaying all the content that has been fetched, and then it shows the paginator. So it's really simple to display the paginator, and this is why the PagerFanta is a nice plugin to do this for us. So we can now test our code. Let's check here, and when we refresh the page, we have seen, oh, this is a really simple problem. As you can see here, I have forgot that I need to import the class that I'm using here. So I need to import some classes, and I need to import these two classes here, PagerFanta, and the content cert adapter. So let's import those classes, and now as you can see, I'm using those classes here. And let's try again. There is another problem here. Okay, problem was that I forgot to save this file here, because I have changed this code and then I forgot to save this file. But now that I have saved this file, we can check again, and it is working here. So now we are displaying the children, but there is no pagination right now because I have set to display 10 items per page, but we can check the pagination if we go here in our line list action and change this set max per page to, let's say, 1 item per page. And if we do this, now we can see the paginator that's working quite well. Yeah, it's working. It only needs some CSS, so we can change this CSS to make it prettier, but we are not going to do this in this tutorial because it's not the focus. The focus here is only to show how the PagerFanta works. And basically that is it. It's a really simple plugin that you can use in your projects to display subnodes in one location. So as you can see here, here is the page parameter in the URL, and this is why we need to pass the request. So that is it. See you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.